Greetings, YouTube. Today we're looking at the Dracopedia, the Bestiary, an artist's guide to creating mythical creatures by William O'Connor from Impact Press. I think it's Impact Press. Impact Books, my apologies. So we started with a nice down shot on a flying creature. We have a little introduction blurb, and then we have tools that the artist is using, the references that the artist uses, the digital tools used by the artist, and then we get into some basic real-world animal anatomy, which is the artist is using as the foundation for the less than realistic creatures, such as this. But you'll notice because the artist is because he's using real-world anatomies, it does have a very realistic look to it. He's looking historically, and then we're getting into some fantastical creatures already. The elfin, the Barak, which was, I believe, Assyrian? Well, it's Persian. King Gilgamesh. Very cool looking. Then we're getting into the Chimera, and this is kind of the classic, almost D&D style in many ways. Two heads and the dragon at the head of the tail. Here's a nice shot of the lion firing a breath weapon. Here we have the Great Dragon Turtle, something I've used myself as a GM. Dragon turtles are very cool. They often have a breath weapon of steam, which is very dangerous. And we have the Enfield, kind of a winged fox. Then the Frey bug, kind of a hellhound. The large version would definitely be dangerous. Then we have the classic griffin. I'm a big fan of griffins myself. It's a nice shot of a griffin right there. And it's nice because he's giving you the basic sketch layout here, and then the intermediary stage, and then you have the final stage. The hippogriff, which, as I've said before, I think always gets kind of short shift. And we have an imp, and a very unique imp. This is not an imp style that I've seen before. I think it's very interesting. He has combined the imp with the lemur. Definitely looks dangerous, however. The Joragumu, which I'm mispronouncing, I'm sure, because it's Japanese. Then we have the Kraken, and the real-world references of the Kraken. And then we have the Nautilus versus the Kraken. And we have the Leviathan. You have a whale here for scale, and that is the size a Leviathan should be. Then we have the Manticore. This one is based on a tiger, which is kind of a nice change of pace. Lots of times they're based on lions. I think basing it on the tiger makes it a little more interesting, because the stripes of a tiger are a little more dynamic than the fur of a lion. Then we have a Naga, this one with 4 arms, just terrifying. And this one with a scorpion's tail sting, I didn't notice that before. The Owlosus, so you've got, it's an owlbear, but it's not nearly as cute as my owlbear. And again, sketch layout, the pencil work, and then the final piece. The classic Pegasus. This one was a little more interesting because the wings are not just a pure white. They look more owl-like in many ways, which gives the animal a more interesting vibe, in my opinion. The questing beast. The Rock. They have the elephant? Well, they have a person tied to the ankle. So that's definitely to scale, to show you that the ankle is the size of like a great oak. And here we have the Rock at rest. The Shidu, the winged lion. A snowy owl version there. Like the rainbow wings are just so pretty. The Tarask, a beast that could destroy entire kingdoms. And in gaming, Ronin can be killed in one very specific way. It's a very complex ritual that has to be conducted. There we have the unicorn, which I consider to be more of a realistic curved style corn. Like the ones where they're laser straight they look very artificial. They don't look organic. So you can see the sketch. In this sketch, it looks very sword-like. It's only later that it acquires more of an organic appearance. Then we have a very bestial vampire. Down shot, side view, which is awesome for demonstration purposes. And again, pencils, sketch, pencils, and then the full-fledged sketch at the end. The water horse, or hippogriff, not hippogriff, hippocampus. That's what I meant to say, hippocampus. The Xeno Beast. It's an alien creature, a la Alien the film. Interesting, the aliens from the Alien films are supposed to have taken on the bodily shape of whatever host they had used for incubation. Then we have a Yeti, which is a very gorilla-like version of the Yeti. I like that pose. Looks very dangerous, but also looks quite organic. Like this is something that could really exist. I like the addition of the horns. I think they're nice. Then we have a Zebrator. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's something this author has created or something that is vaguely based on something from historical myths. That's a wonderful looking beast. Almost at the end. Here we go with a knight in shining armor. A splash page. And there's the artist in question in action. A mounted beast of some variety. And you can go to impactbooks.com/bestiary for more work. And here we have Beasts of the World in a fold-out, which is very nice. Obviously, they're not to scale to each other, but it's still nice to see them in a splash page like that, fold out. So there you go. Highly recommended. And they also have the Dracopedia, which is dedicated to dragons. I don't own that one yet, but I will someday own it. But this is a really pretty book.